Thank y'all very much for tuning to the Uche Arai Show. I'm your host, Mr. Uche Ernest Arai, and this, my actual rewind. I'm going to talk on politics. There's the news about something funny that's happening in New York right now. I got a little bit more wind of it, and it's interesting. This is the scandal that Washington's been looking for, but couldn't find. Okay, so we have a New York Democrat. I believe he's a council member or he's in local government. Name is Marcus Smith, if I'm not mistaken. He wanted to run in the mayoral election that's that's taking hand. Now, he is a Democrat, but he was trying to get onto the Republican primary. Okay, so what did he do? Instead of trying to get on the Republican primary legitimately, because you don't have to be a Republican to run the Republican primary. You just have to be selected by some Republicans to be able to run in a Republican primary for the mayoral race in New York. Okay, so he bribed a couple of Republican powers that be to be able to get onto the Republican primary. Okay, well this and they were actually going to put him on there. This scheme was exposed. And, you know, the feds are looking into this now. Marcus Smith is black. Of course, you can tell by the name. And, of course, he's a Democrat, okay? Of course, the Republicans are trying to use this to tar and feather Democrats, call them corrupt, things of that nature. One of the things that I'm hearing, and the investigation is still going on, but from the reports that I'm hearing, New York and a lot of other states have this too, where they have a situation where if you want to run for a campaign, you know, you want to run for public office, they do a 2-to-1 matching of funds. Okay, pretty much what it means if you raise $100,000, they're gonna match that 2-to-1. Okay, so you're talking about they're gonna throw $200,000 into your pot. And a lot of people are saying that it looks like one of the reasons why the feds are investigating this guy is because it looks like this is what he's been doing for a while. Okay, because once you get this money, you can use it for whatever you deem necessary. You'll just call it, you know, expenses related to running your campaign. Okay, and this is among the reasons why a lot of people who don't get in office run for a very long time, because you know the funds that you raise during an election, you can hold on to till the next election. Okay, if you believe that you'll be a viable candidate, at least be able to raise some money. You'll try again. Okay, that's why you see some politicians try time after time to run for something, and these politicians are pretty much, if they're not taking a job as a lobbyist, they're pretty much unemployed until campaign time comes around. Okay, and they may run their campaign out of their house. Guess what? When they're doing that, they can now use the campaign funds to pay their freaking mortgage, because that's just the same as or pay their rent. Okay, that's just the same as, you know, when a campaign comes around, you see so-and-so rent a storefront. Same type of philosophy. So it looks like that's what this Mr. Smith was doing. And when I look about it, you know, statewide, and you think about elections, you're like, wow, really? You can do that? You know, so it's interesting. On the similar front, we have you know, Ray Nagin, if y'all didn't know, is currently under an indictment for corruption. Part of the reason why I come to find out is that there is $700 million missing, with an M, missing from funding that New Orleans and Louisiana received for Hurricane Katrina. Okay, amongst the government now following the money, so to speak. I believe that Ray Nagin hasn't come out yet, but I believe that he's fallen under that suspicion. Okay, and they're like $700 million is missing. I mean, how does that happen? I mean, you know, so it's just when you look at politics, sometimes some people are in it for what's real, and some are in it to just make some money. Now, you know, I sympathize for this Marcus Smith. No, I don't. I don't know the cat. He's a Democrat. He's making Democrats look bad, so I don't sympathize for his ass at all. All right, so it's just funny. Also, so you may be hearing about that the next coming days, if you haven't already. We got North Korea still running their mouth. We ain't done nothing to them. But if North Korea was Iran, like I said before, we'd have been up in there quickly. Okay. Also on political news, like I told y'all, people talking about Obama's mad for giving a compliment to an attorney general that's female. They'll know when it was a problem to give a female a compliment, man or woman. You know, I don't know when it was a problem to give an attorney general a compliment. And he just said best looking AG ever. Problem? I don't see that. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and stop here. I want to thank y'all for tuning to the Uche Arai Show. I'm your host, Mr. Uche Ernest Arai. Call out these politicians. And, you know, if you see a mofo running their campaign and misusing campaign funds, tell on their ass. Thank y'all for tuning in. Stay blessed.